I'd love to like make like a highly edited version of this because I think that'd be a really funny thing to put on YouTube. But basically, there was this little comic, there was vent art of somebody who's like, "Oh, feeling out of place in cis women's spaces. I was invited to an all-girls sleepover before, and I was the only trans girl there. Not sure why, but I felt like I didn't belong, and all the other girls were just too polite to take me out. So I drew this vent art. It's just my personal experience. There's no malicious implication. Don't worry, they specified later that that's just the way that they felt. They know in their heart that." They that she is just one of the girls. And then I was like, oh, getting support from cis women specifically makes me feel so okay. Like, oh, I'm not some horrible freak. You see me as I'd like to be seen. I feel normal. I feel okay. I have one cis friend specifically who's so supportive and nice. Like, she calls me pretty. It rules. Point is, all cis women do not see all trans women as gross invaders. A lot of them, the majority in my experience, understand that we're just people and are really sweet and supportive. You do belong. Thank you. Of course, I had a talk with them today, and they were really nice and supportive. Turns out I'm just one of the girls after all. It's only my psyche, as I'm just learning to unlearn the consequences of my conversion therapy and conservative beliefs that my family held. And, you know, that was nice and sweet. But of course, I'm visibly trans on the internet. I have so many flags. So, of course, we have whoever this is. They're like, they just feel bad for you. You're their gay best friend because you're not their competition. And rather than respond to transphobes on their points, I have decided I would much rather just shitpost and just reply with whatever I think would be funny and whatever entertains me. So I just hit him with, what's your favorite robot master from Mega Man? I like Snake Man. I think he's really cool. Because I do. Fucking look at Snake Man. Like, my goodness, what a fucking looker. Hello. I love Snake Man. He's really cool. I know next to nothing about him other than he looks really cool and I like him. And I don't even know why I like him that much. But then they were like, you're so quirky. Autistic men are such good friends. And, you know, they're obviously trying to be like, oh, you're autistic and a man, both as, like, bad things, I guess. Which I am one of those things. And so I was kind of like, oh, you want to talk about autism? I fucking bet. And so for the next 50 actual minutes of my life, this happened. And I promise you, none of this, not a single thing, was written beforehand. This was all my genuine stream of consciousness thought. I also like Toadman, but I find Rainflush to be a little less useful generally than Search Snake. I really feel like Mega Man 3 is when they hit their stride with the Robot Master designs. Mega Man 1 and 2 just really kind of got the basic concepts out of the way. Oh, this guy's fire, this guy's water, this guy's blades, this guy's strong, this guy's fast, etc. 3 was when they were like, fuck it, Zodiac symbol, a top, the concept of hard. I do think they improved the designs in future, though. 3 just set the precedent. I think 5 was when they really hit their stride fully. 9 has some good ones all around, too. I think, unfortunately, I have to agree with the majority that 7 and 8 were a bit weaker. Definitely 8 more than 7, but some of those designs just weren't as iconically good as the classic 8-bit characters. Not to say that they're all bad. Freeze Man, Turbo Man, Slash Man. Heck, I really like Astro Man. He's a really bold departure from the typical Robot Master conventions, and I think it paid dividends. I do think it's a bit sad that they returned to the 8-bit designs with 9. It almost feels like they were just kind of going for nostalgia rather than taking the chance to evolve, but it was that era. It only makes sense, I suppose. The designs were good, so it doesn't really much matter. I have my problems with Mega Man 9 as a game. It's not my favorite in the series, but my goodness, the Robot Masters are top-notch design-wise. There's genuinely not a single bad one in the entire bunch. I'm quite partial to Splash Woman because I mean, look at her, but seriously. And then it keeps going. They did such a good job with these designs. I wish more games after 11 really took advantage of the expanded size of the characters. The 8-bit art limits the intricacies and nuances you can have in their designs. Having full 3D means they can go crazy, but they just... I don't know. Maybe the world has moved past the need for Mega Man. I would sure love to see a Mega Man 12. I think it's getting harder to think of new Robot Master concepts, but I always think that there's more ideas. Or maybe they could try something new? No Robot Masters? Heavy theming? I don't know. I really hope we don't see the Blue Bomber retired from here on out. 11 is a very good game. They've still got it in them to make some bangers, though. They've still got it in them to make some bangers. Though, I am an Ace Attorney fan, so I suppose I can only ask for so much from Capcom. Looking back at looking back at Mega Man 8 right now, and some of them are a little bit weaker, but there are some damn good ones here. Nitro Man, can't believe I forgot him. He's so great. Shell Man is honestly really cool. And Pump Man, the pump being a Corinthian helmet is inspired. I mean, like, look at that. I also really like 4's roundup. Pharaohman taking the place of the usual fire guy in every roundup is great, honestly. Same with Toadman being water. Keeping the Pokemon-esque elemental thing without... Pokemon-esque elemental thing going without just being water guy, warm guy. It's great. I feel like I might have been a bit dismissive when talking about the earlier gens of Masters, because some of them are still really cool. Shoutouts to Fireman. He's like if you fused a Rook with a flamethrower and made him an anime protagonist. Genuinely peak. And Cutman is iconic. I mean, come on, he's adorable. Look at him. Honestly, it's impressive how they've been able to maintain such variance with similar themes. Both of these characters could be described as Ice Robot with slidey things, but they're both so different. Like, you have Blizzard Man, or no, sorry, this is, that's Tundra Man, this is Blizzard Man. I could have sworn there was another one that was an Ice Skater, but I might be crazy. Oh well. I feel like I don't gel much with the Robot Masters from 6, which blows, because that's my favorite number, but I don't know. I feel like they aren't as cohesive. The entire bottom half all overlap pretty heavily vibe-wise, and I definitely trim them down. Also, Flav Man, yikes. Which, I mean, like, I stand by. I feel like Tomahawk Man, Centaur Man, Nightman, and Yamato Man, that's a lot of similar territory. Windman and Blizzard Man look a little bit similar in some ways. They're both very round and blorbular. I don't know. Like, obviously, Centaur Man is a centaur, and Yamato Man is a samurai, but, like, I don't know, they're just, like, all metal. Their theming is metal, and I feel like you could do better. And the only good thing I like about Centaur Man is that his ability is Time Freeze, and it's funny because Chiron is a centaur who is a child of Kronos, Titan of Time, and I think that's cool. That's probably not intentional, but who knows. Anyway, moving on. I still feel like I still like Plant Man though. He's a funny twink and I like him. He can stay. He's pretty. This is genuinely one of my favorite Robot Master designs. Look at this guy. This rules. I love this. Like I love bold, garish colors, and this guy pulls it off. I feel like it's probably a pretty common suggestion, but I'd love for them to do more female Robot Masters. Splash Woman is such a roaring success. I can only imagine how great some more would turn out. A pipe dream for 12, I suppose. I'd love more spin-offs like that in general. In Punch-Out Wii, originally Princess Peach was supposed to be a secret boss, but got cut because Little Mac beating up a woman was kind of yikes. Make an all-female Punch-Out, and boom, suddenly she can compete just fine. Although that dredges up the whole, is Punch-Out acceptable for the modern day and age thing, which I don't feel entirely equipped to answer. It engages pretty heavily in cultural stereotype, but I still find the characters endearing and the gameplay thrilling. There are a few Punch-Out inspired games out there on the market I'd love to try. There's that one where one of your opponents is literally 3 kids in a trench coat, and honestly that sold me all on its own. Whoa, oops, sorry, what was I talking about? Oh, right, Mega Man. I feel a little guilty, but I've never beaten the games without the rewind function. I know, it's heresy, but I'm just really bad at making myself not do it. I should definitely make myself at some point. Half the fun is supposed to be the difficulty, and I enjoy difficult games. I love Cuphead, I love Donkey Kong Country, I love Hades, I speedrun Celeste. I really should just make myself work through it the way it was intended. Go away, Java update. It probably gave me a whole new appreciation for the series. Right now, my interest is more so in the vibes and aesthetics, really. I could probably unlock a whole new love for the series if I let myself understand them more technically beyond simply Googling the boss weaknesses. I've beaten all the original 11 games and 2 of the X games, so I should really be better at them than I am now. Honestly, I think I might just do that. I think 9 definitely has the best masters in the series, but damn, 5 is solid. But 5 is damn solid. I mean, come on. Napalm Man. His design is kind of mid and his level sucks, but this render for Crystal Man fucks. I'm a sucker for star-themed characters, especially ones who attack with stars. Geno Super Mario RPG, my beloved. And Starman fulfills that role for me. What a charmer. I mean, like, look at this. That's a good design. Gravity Man is kind of weak compared to his contemporaries, but, you know, can't win them all. And this is the last one. I was originally just going to leave it off with I might just do that, but I'm like, I'm going to just end it at a place where I could continue it if I really wanted to. And so I left it pretty open-ended, and then, like, the original person... I made sure to untag the original person in the thread, because I didn't want to spam their notifications. But I did want to spam the transphobes notifications, because having their entire notification box filled with this would be really, really funny. And so they're like, I don't play Mega Man, but this is pretty awesome. Something possessed me. I love you for this. I had a lot of fun with this, Lamau. I should start doing this transphobes. It was incredibly cathartic. Thank you dearly for this information. This is awesome. Thank you, Lamau. Turns out the solution to feeling guilty for info dumping is to info dumping to someone you like is to just info dump to someone you don't like. This was a lot of fun, and again, let's see. This was posted at 9:33 p.m. and then the first one in the thread, if I can get there very eventually. We had 9:33. And then all the way at the start, the first one was at 7:58. Oh no, okay, hang on. This one was the one where I fully committed to the bit. 8:45 until 9:33. Originally, I was just gonna reply, "What's your favorite robot master?" and then I muted the thread, but I'm like, okay, well, I gotta know. And he's like, "Oh my god, you're so quirky," and like, then I'm like, okay, well, you wanna bring up autism, do ya? I bet.